See, I don't mess with nobody, y'all. That's not how I'm built. But when you keep putting your mouth on me and you keep running your mouth, I'm not the one that's going to back down, D.L. Hughley.
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor, and you tuned in to Forgotten Kings TV.
I think that's a perfect segue, Mama, into our brother D.L. Hughley, who I thought we extended an olive branch the last time we had commentary in reference to when his daughter spoke out. The reason why we stopped and still offered to have a conversation with him to resolve the situation was not out of fear of his daughter doing something. It was out of love for you, DL, because it would be no different than the street we came up on. You might get in a fight with little Tony down the road, but you see Tony's mama coming down the street with them bags, you better go get them bags. I'm not tripping off of what happened between me and Tony. That's his mama. That's your daughter. So we weren't going after you anymore. We weren't even going to bring you up, but you went on, what is it, Jason Lee?
Yes.
You went on Jason Lee's show, and you wanted to share what?
That I am the cause of the rift between you and your daughter. D.L. Hughley, because you're too afraid to sit down with us, as we've said repeatedly, hey, brother, let's have a conversation and let's do it publicly because our community can really heal on how we can resolve this. But you keep running, and then you keep running your mouth. And after we spoke on you last time, I was like, okay, cool. But when I watched you sit there with Jason Lee and you said, Monique is the reason I have a rift with my daughter, you're the reason you have a rift with your daughter, DL. Stop trying to run away from the fact that you did not protect your baby. And let me be clear with you about something. I'm fighting for your daughter. Because I was that daughter too, that had a daddy that did not protect me when I told him I was molested. So I know what that baby's sitting in, and I know what she's dealing with. And though she's a grown woman, I know the trauma that brings. And this ain't no shit that I brought to the table. You did in what you posted. What you posted. I'm getting so sick of you not taking accountability or responsibility for your words, brother. Never would I try to hurt your family, your wife, your daughter. That's not even in me.
Because she never said anything about them. She only spoke about you.
I spoke about you, but it shows too the lack of manhood that you have to try to put it off on your wife and your daughter. That's the lack of man. And then I'm getting sick of you making these comments about who's daddy's daddy. And as if I'm with a gay man. I'm tired of that, DL, because here's the one question I would ask you, brother. When you say who's daddy's daddy, who the hell is the friend? What kind of relationship did you and this man have that you would not protect your daughter? Maybe that's why your daughter's having a problem with you, because the reality is setting in that you loved a man and you don't want to inconvenience your relationship with this man. So when you get...
Was it a man?
I'm sorry. You're right, Daddy. He said his friend. So we don't know. And DL, see, you keep playing. Who's the friend? Say the name to make sure that friend doesn't do it to anybody else. Who's the friend? Or are you still so in love with this friend that you're going to protect the friend? See, I don't mess with nobody, y'all. That's not how I'm built. But when you keep putting your mouth on me and you keep running your mouth, I'm not the one that's going to back down, D.L. Hughley.
In addition, if you notice, Monique has not ever spoken in reference to anybody's business. When they asked her about Will and Jada on Tigger, what did she say? That ain't my business. When Kevin Hart back in the day was having his challenges, she said, that's my baby and I hope for the best for his wife and himself. That's none of my business. She only speaks about her truth. And when you got upset because she reposted what you posted in reference to you not protecting your daughter, consider re-looking at that interview that you had, I believe it was with Sway.
Yes, sir.
Look at the disconnect. Look at the lack of remorse that you seem to have had when you did that. In addition to that, think about the years that have gone by where you've made your living off of talking about people, from pastors wanting to put up $1 million to box you, to fight you, but you from the whoop-ass tribe, but you went deathly silent, to Angela Stanton approaching you in the airport, as I understand it, you wanted to get security, from the black women who were ridiculed on by Don Imus and called them nappy head and ugly.
Nappy head hoes.
Nappy head hoes. and you went on Jay Leno and you said, well, I'm not saying they hoes, but their hair was short and nappy. Brother, you have a history of not protecting the black woman.
Come on.
And now it is embarrassing to you that she highlighted what you did in conjunction with the original problem being that she was on your platform, came to you after the young lady Jasmine played the game of would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom on or Corinne Steffens with a condom off. And then she comes to you and it says, Brother DL, what we doing? And you say, that's just the way we do it. The problem is you can't be Malcolm X one day and then David Duke the next day. You can't be Medgar Evers one day and then you Strom Thurmond the next day. Either you're going to be for your community or you're not. So the truth, accountability, and trauma, and the reason why there's a level of ease, and I'll never say a bad word about you. I'm only sticking to the facts. The reason why people constantly talk about other people, because oftentimes there is an unaddressed trauma that you've experienced, DL, which may explain why you're sitting on a man's platform in a clear daylight with dark shades on. Maybe. But at the end of the day, you've had a history of not protecting the black woman, brother. And that's what she's addressing. So when she said, essentially, I feel sorry for your daughter, I feel sorry for your mother, your wife, do you not understand why? And there are other items that happened, that took place, but how do you nicely speak about the infidelities? How do you nicely address those infidelities and then your wife, as I understand it, finding out about a child that you had and that was lost, and once she found out about it, that child no longer existed. Now some will say, oh, that's low. That's the problem with our community. See, when people address you with the real, you got to come back and have a real conversation. This is not designed to be provocative. We're going to talk factually. We're going to talk reasonably. When you gave the community a bad bill of goods, when Monique produced a contract and you produced a memorandum of understanding. Come on, brother. What I would ask our community is look up what a memorandum of understanding is and ask yourself, why would Monique produce a contract that shows she was the headliner of a show? And this man would produce a memorandum of understanding. And last point about you, Brother DL. I heard you on Vlad, we heard you on Vlad saying, I've done some horrible things in my life, but anybody knows me knows I'm a solid cat. Do you not understand the contradiction there? Horrible things in your life. Horrible. Not I may have made some mistakes in my life. I've done some horrible things in my life. This is what you said. But everybody that knows me knows I'm a solid cat. That is a oxymoron in the highest of order, good sir. So what happens is our community is so used to hearing and not listening that they're not paying attention to what it is that you're saying. Go ahead, Mama.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
And don't get caught up by the negatives. This conversation is for the positive. This conversation is for those that hear it.
And for those that hear it, be unapologetic when you know you're standing in the truth. For those that hear it, be unapologetic that you are not backing down. Be unwavering, unflinching. Because if we continue to be that, it may stop the bully. It may stop the person that believes they're so powerful, I can do and say anything to you. So for the ones that can hear us, that's listening, be unafraid, baby. Because we get one ride that we know of.
Just one.
That we know of. We get
in
one
this
ride.
Form.
In this form. I'll be damned if I'm going to let somebody take my turn.
All right, we're the Knockout Kings of Comedy. This your boy, Reggie Curry, you know what I'm saying? This is my cousin, Stroncho, you know what I'm saying? We coming by.
No, I know me, old. You fuck with lambskin condoms.
I didn't even want my man to eat my because I eat meat from Aldi's. The f wrong with you? Aldi's, you shouldn't eat this. We don't know what the f that meat is. No!
For real, I heard a nigga get in prison. That's not the part about it. The part about it is he had the audacity to ask me why I ain't helping him. I said, it ain't no point of both of us get.
I step up, look him right in his eyes. He go to pat me down. Pop, 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 pop. $20, homeboy. I'm like, no sir.
First of all, can I ask y'all a personal question? Is this microphone really necessary at this
We knock y'all with punchline, punchline, punchline. You know how we turn. Give me some.